Today we would be learning how to make palm kernel oil bar soap 100%. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Ego the Messy Super and I'm glad to have you back to my channel. Today, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. If you have subscribed already, we love you and we are glad to have you as part of this little community. Now we, as you know, started a one oil soap series and we have come a long way, and today we will be learning how to make the palm kernel oil bar soap known as PKO, palm kernel oil, PKO. So PKO brings back a lot of memories for me from childhood. It was used to soothe our skin. It has this fragrance that is nostalgic and I can't forget its scent. And we used to, as kids, break the kernel, all right, to eat the nuts, all right. So we had lots of it, and those nuts come from the palm fruit. Okay, so people sometimes confuse themselves with palm oil and palm kernel oil. Palm oil is gotten from the flesh of the palm fruit, and palm kernel oil comes from the nut, which is the kernel. The nut is also known as the kernel, okay? That is where palm kernel oil comes from the nut, okay? So those nuts, we used to crack them up as kids to eat the nuts from the palm fruit. Now, right, the benefits of PKO, as you know, it's used on the skin of children here in Nigeria and newborns. It's so good for the skin. It softens the skin and it's said to have some lightening properties for the skin, and it has great and amazing health benefits to taking in and being rubbed on the skin and for hair care as well. It is great in preventing aging, and it is also loaded with antioxidants. Now, in this part of the world, Nigeria, palm kernel oil is one of the cheapest oils you can get in Nigeria. The cheapest oil you can get in Nigeria for soap making. Okay, so if you want to make your soaps, then you should think of PKO, as it brings your production costs low and helps you make more profit. But now the downsides of PKO is that it is just as coconut oil. Although they have different profile fatty acids, okay, and their characteristics, they are both cleansing, extremely cleansing in nature. So those oils, coconut oil and palm kernel oil, are very cleansing. Okay, so if you want to substitute, you don't have a coconut oil, you can easily go for a palm kernel oil. Or you don't have palm kernel oil, you can easily go for a coconut oil. If you're trying to keep your costs down, then you know the oil you want to go for, depending on the economy and what the price is saying at the time. But for now and over the years, palm kernel oil has remained one of the cheapest oils so far. Now, other oils you can substitute for palm kernel oil is tallow and is lard too as well. Tallow is oil gotten from beef, okay? Tallow is oil gotten from beef, and lard is oil gotten from, I think, goat. Yes, okay. So now if you are going to be substituting PKO for lard or tallow, it means you are going for the hardness that tallow and lard will be bringing to your recipe, the hardness and the conditioning effect that it would be bringing to your recipe. Okay, they don't necessarily have a high cleansing characteristics like palm kernel oil. All right, so but if you are going for coconut oil as a substitute, that means you are going for the hardness too as well, and the cleansing nature of coconut oil. I hope this makes sense. This is to tell you that each oils bring different things to the table, and hence that is why we are doing this whole process and experiments on the one oil soap recipes. All right, now I want to state that, as I stated in the beginning, coconut oil is quite stripping to the skin, so it's not a suitable bar for a dry skin or an aged matured skin, okay, because matured skin would be naturally drying. Okay, so these 100% coconut oil and 100% PK oil soaps are not suitable for dry skin. I have oily skin and I have slightly sensitive skin, okay, and as I stated before, the coconut oil was quite stripping to my skin. As I superfatted it to 20%, it was still hurting my skin. 25% for the next batch, still the same thing, until we did a 30% superfat for this whole process, and it worked for my skin. Okay, so but this is PKO, and as I said, they bring different things to the table. So I'll be starting my superfat at 25% in this video, so I see what it feels like on my skin. You can feel free to do a lower superfat if you want, and you can feel free to do a higher superfat if you want. But note that the higher your superfat, the softer your bar of soap. Okay, so let's get into this video.
So PKO has 82 grams of saturated fats, which is majorly shared between lauric, myristic, and palmitic. The remaining numbers are shared between the monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats at 17.6 grams. I have been under the weather, so I'm sorry if my voice is not so clear right now. Please manage the voiceover. So palm kernel is made up of lauric, myristic, and oleic and palmitic, amongst other fatty acids. Lauric creates a foaming soap when saponified. A great substitute for it is tallow or lard because they have got hardening and conditioning properties, while PKO and coconut brings hardness and cleansing to your bar soap. PKO is similar to coconut oil, which produces hard bar of soap that lathers well in all kinds of water. Soaps made with this oil turn out white, very hard, and the lather beautifully well. PKO is a special edible oil that is extracted from the kernel of the palm fruit. It shouldn't be mistaken for palm oil. PKO is incredibly beneficial to the health, skin and hair, and great for newborn skin. PKO is obtained from the kernel of the palm fruit by cold pressing, while palm oil is gotten from the palm flesh. Their physical and chemical properties are also different. So as you can see, I poured the lye into the palm kernel oil, and we are soaping at a 29 to 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, and you can see this has kept our soap very fluid, which if you wanted to work with this with colors and swells, it's advisable for you to work with a 10 degrees ratio, right, in between both your lye and your palm kernel oil. Okay, so I love a fluid pour, and you can see I used my spatula to beat this to the consistency I want. As you know, we are soaping at a 25 super fat and a 2:1 water to lye ratio. Okay, so get this into our mold and allow it to sit and harden up for us to be able to unmold this bar soap. This soap sat in the mold for 48 hours, and the results of the unmolding will be coming up really soon. So it's 48 hours later and we are unmolding our soap now, and I think our super fat at 25% give us a soft bar, because this is very soft to the touch, and I thought I pressed down for you to see what it looks like at 25% super fat. But I'm sure it would harden up a bit more, but it will not be as hard as if I used a lower super fat. Remember, I mentioned if you use a higher super fat level, you have a softer bar of soap. So even if this hardens up, it would still have a bit of softness to it. Lather test. Let's see how this lathers. Okay, that's why we are here. Okay, do you see how cleansing this is? You can see the bubbles already coming out without me stressing to work the soap. Look at that. PKO is a cleansing oil, and it brings cleansing to your bar of soap if this is used in your bars. So I do not prescribe this for an old skin, a baby skin, a sensitive skin. Okay, so if you can try it out, if it works for you, that's okay. All right, so guys, subscribe to this channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. We have 3 other oils coming up, and we'll be dealing with luxury oils. See you next week. Happy soaping.